Recently just passed on a 136 unit deal in West Charlotte, which I'm familiar with the market and the submarket it was in. So before I even opened the Excel sheet, I was already skeptical of the deal and the fundamentals it might have. And to no surprise, that's kind of what it started to look like when I dug into the numbers, right? The track level incomes were mediocre, the schools were all right, the crime was pretty high. It was an older vintage asset. It was built in the mid 1970s. So these fundamentals alone could be enough to kill a deal. But I continued to dive into the numbers to see what the deal might look like. And on a going in basis, on a going in, not a going in, but a trailing cap rate basis on their financials, it was shaping out to be like 6.5%, which, raised an eyebrow. But when we dug into the numbers a little bit more, you quickly realized that the current owner was operating at 3,500 a door in yearly expenses, which is extremely low for this type of product in this submarket. Typically, maybe like $7,000 a door, maybe just under it, maybe just over it, is more typical. So they were operating about half of what they should be. So once you adjusted for what the property should be operating at, it was coming into just under 4.5 cap um, on the trailing financials. So the next question you ask is there enough value to be added to warrant buying a 1970s build in a poor location for a 4.5 cap? And it was pretty easy to quickly say, no, there's not enough value to add here, which was an easy pass to us. And one other thing I want to point on is when you underwrite a deal and you see that the current owner is operating the property, especially an older asset, at a very minimal expense per unit basis, especially when you underwrite deals and you have an understanding of that market. Questions that first should come to your mind is, what are they deferring maintenance wise, and what skeletons are in the closet. So these are some things you should be thinking about when you're underwriting your deals, and having a good understanding of your markets and submarkets it gives you a better understanding of where things should be shaken out. So this was a pretty easy pass for us, but if you have any questions about underwriting, please feel free to reach out.